So as I said, this is stamen. So what you can see here, yellow colored one. No, when you look at this hibiscus flower, you can easily identify stamen and carpel or pistil, female and male reproductive part clearly. So this yellow colored one, what you can see here is stamen. Okay, when you look at this closely, you can see that it is made up of two parts. Okay, stamen is made up of two parts. So what is stamen? It is male reproductive organ. Male reproductive organ. So it is made up of two parts. That is, it is like this. When you see this in closer section, you can see that it is like this, somewhat like this. So there is a small thin tube-like structure. This is called as filament, and at the tip there is swollen portion that is called as anther. It is like this. Okay, this is the anther and this is filament. Okay, this tube-like structure is the filament, and at the tip there is a swollen structure that is called as anther. So that is what you can see here, yellow colored one. No, that is anther, and it below that there is small thin tube-like structure, that is thin hair-like structure, that is called the filament. Okay, filament. Tube-like structure, called as filament. It is tube-like structure and it bears anthers. Okay, tube-like structure which bears anther. And next one is anther. So this anther, when you have a close look at this anther, you can see that this anther is it is a bilobed structure. Okay, anther is bilobed structure. Bilobed in the sense, bi means two. Okay, bi means two. Bilobed in the sense two-lobed structure. Bilobed structure. Bilobe means two lobes. Two lobes in the sense, lobe means compartment or room. How you have different rooms in your houses. You might have 2 rooms, 3 rooms, etc. Isn't it? Like that, this anther is made up of 2 rooms. Okay, rooms or compartment. We say that compartment. Lobes are nothing but, lobe is nothing but compartment or room. So we can easily say room. So here anther is made up of 2 lobes, means 2 rooms are there. So like this, it is divided into 2 rooms like this. This is one room, this is second room, like that. Okay, like this it is. Like this. Okay, this is room 1 and this is room 2. Like this, 2 compartments. It is divided into 2 compartments. Okay, that is called as 2-lobe, bilobed structure. Okay, bilobe means 2 lobes, and these lobes, each lobe is divided into 2. Each lobe is divided into 2 compartments. Like this. It is further divided into 2 like this. Each lobe has 2 pollen sacs. Okay. Each lobe has 2 compartments, that is called as pollen sacs. This one. These are called as pollen sacs. Okay. Pollen sacs. These are called as pollen sacs. So totally 4 pollen sacs are there. Each lobe has 2 pollen sacs. So together 4 are there. Clear? So this is the filament. This is the anther. You can see that it has 2 lobes. Like this, it has 4 pollen sacs. Like this. Okay, it has 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pollen sacs. So each pollen sac contains pollen grains, yellow powder substances. Okay, yellow powdery substance, that is called as pollen grains. Okay, each pollen sac contains pollen grains. These pollen grains are nothing but male sex cell. Okay, as we have already discussed, isn't it? Male sex cell. So what is that? That is pollen grains. These pollen grains are the male sex cell. Okay, these are male gamete. We say that male gamete or male sex cell. So these are pollen grains. Okay, pollen grains. So when you touch a flower, you can feel this pollen grains. They will attach to your hands or fingers. Okay, yellow powder substances. These pollen grains, they are not always yellow. They might be purple, red, brown, etc. Okay, most of the time we see yellow ones, but there are not only yellow, sometimes you can also see purple or brown or red colored pollen grains. So these are called pollen grains. So okay, here what you can touch, when you touch this flower, you can, yellow powder substances attaches to your fingers. That is called as pollen grains. Okay, so where are these pollen grains present? They are present inside the pollen sac. Okay, clear? This is the structure of stamen. Okay, that is the structure of stamen. Stamen is divided into two parts. That is filament and anther. So this is the filament. This stalk-like structure is there. No, this is called as filament. This one, this stalk is called as filament. And at the tip of the filament there is anther. This anther is bilobed structure. It means it is made up of two lobes. Okay, it is bilobed structure. And each lobe has two pollen sacs like this. Each lobe has two pollen sacs like this. This is first lobe divided into two pollen sacs, and another lobe divided into two pollen sacs like this. Okay, so each lobe has two pollen sacs. Together how many pollen sacs are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pollen sacs. Clear? It is bilobed structure at the tip of the filament, and each lobe has two pollen sacs. Pollen sacs. And each sac contains pollen grains. Okay, each sac contains pollen grains. So pollen grains are male sex cells or male gametes. So this is what the structure of stamen, male reproductive organ. And next is the female reproductive organ, that is carpel or pistil. It is also called as gynosium. Carpel. Okay, so when you remove this stamen, so these are stamen. Okay, so afterwards what you can see here is this tube-like structure, and here there is a swollen structure at the base, and this is the tip, and this is tube-like structure. This together it is called as female reproductive cell, that is gynosium or carpel. Okay, carpel is the female reproductive organ. Carpel means female reproductive organ. Female reproductive organ. So this is divided into three parts. Okay, this female reproductive organ is divided into three parts. So this one we can write it like this. So this is the top region, and this is tube-like structure, and at the base there is a swollen structure like this. Clear? Like this there is a swollen structure, isn't it? This one swollen structure. This swollen structure, this is called as ovary. Okay, this is called as ovary. This one is ovary. Okay, ovary. And this tube-like structure is called as style. Okay, this tube-like structure is called as style, and this topmost region is called as stigma. Okay, stigma. This one. This top region is there, no? This is stigma. This tube-like structure is style, and this region is there, no? This is ovary. Okay, these are the three parts of female reproductive organ, that is carpel or pistil, or also called as gynosium. See, here is in this ovary, inside this ovary, there is small bead-like structure. When you remove this, when you open this ovary, inside there is small bead-like structure. Okay, when you cut open this, you can see small bead-like structure is there. Now you cannot see here. Okay, you can observe. Take a flower and cut open this, and inside you can observe. Okay, inside this there is small bead-like structure that is called as ovule. Okay, inside, like this you can see small bead-like structures. Okay, this is called as ovule. Like this, these are the ovule. So this ovule, inside the ovule there is female reproductive cell called as ovum or egg. Okay, inside this, what is that? Ovum or egg. Ovum or egg. So this is the female sex cell. Okay, this is the female sex cell, ovum or egg. So there we have studied male sex cell, that is pollen grains, and here female sex cell is ovum or egg. Okay, ovum or egg, that is female sex cell. See, another characteristic feature is this female sex cell is there. Now this is non-motile. Okay, these are non-motile. Non-motile in the sense they do not move. They do not move. But those pollen grains are there, no? Male sex cell. They are motile. They can move. Means like through the wind or through the water or through the insects, they can be carried from one flower to another flower. But these ovule, female sex cell is non-motile. It will not move. It is settled in one place. Okay. So here what happens is, in the process of reproduction, male sex cell need to fuse together with the female sex cell to produce the next organism or next new plant. Male sex cell has to fuse with the female sex cell, isn't it? But here female sex cell is non-motile, means it will not move. It is settled in one place. So what happens is, pollen grains, male sex cell, they are motile. They can move from one place to another. Means we can carry them from one place, one flower to another. Hence, pollen grains reach the stigma. Okay. So through the insect, means insects sit in one flower while sucking the nectar, and while flying, they, for their beak or for their claws, these pollen grains will attach and they will go and sit in another flower. Okay. So some think that they will come and sit on this flower. So the pollen grains of that flower will be settled on the stigma of this flower. Okay, like this. They settle on the stigma of this flower. So this is the stigma, topmost region of the carpel. Stigma, topmost region of the carpel, receives pollen grains. Okay, what is the function of stigma? It receives pollen grains. Okay, this region. So this receives pollen grains from another flower. Next, once the pollen grains reaches this stigma, once they settle on the stigma, slowly they move inside the style. So the style is the tube-like structure which connects the ovary and the stigma. Okay, it is a connective between stigma and the ovary. So this is tube-like. So these pollen grains, they travel through the style and they reach the ovule. Here they reach the ovule, means they reach the ovum or the egg. So here the fertilization takes place, means the fusion of male and female gamete. Fusion of male and female gamete takes place here inside the ovary. Okay. So ovule is non-motile. Pollen grains are motile. They can move. Hence, through the insects or through the wind or through the water, they reach the stigma of another flower. Okay. They reach the stigma of another flower. Once they reach the stigma, they travel through the style like this and they reach the ovule or ovum or egg. So inside this, fusion of male and female gamete takes place. So after the fusion, what happens is all these things fall off. Okay. Once the fertilization takes place, all the things, petals, sepals, stigma, style, everything falls off. And this ovary develops into fruit. So what you eat, edible part of the fruit, what you eat, that is the ovary of the flower. Okay, that is the ovary. What you eat in a fruit is the ovary. And this ovule, here inside the ovule, fusion of male and female gamete has taken place, isn't it? So this develops into seed. Okay, this develops into seed. This ovary develops into fruit. Okay, ovary develops into fruit, and inside the ovary, both male and female gamete has fusion, isn't it? That develops into seed. Got it? So when you soak this seed, when you sow the seed, it develops into new plant, isn't it? So it develops into new plant. This is how reproduction takes place in flowering plants. Okay, this is how reproduction takes place in flowering plant. So male reproductive part, that is male gamete, reaches the stigma. It passes through the style and it reaches the ovary. Okay, it reaches inside the ovule. There fusion of male and female gamete takes place. So later on, all other things like petals, sepals, everything falls down. Okay, and this ovary, outside one is there, no? It bulges out and develops into fruit. That is edible part of the plant. And inside the fruit, what is that? You can find seed, isn't it? What is that seed? Seed is nothing but this ovary, egg. Okay, egg develops into seed. Egg and pollen grains, they fuse together and develops into seed. So later on, the seed develops into new plant. This is what the story of reproduction in plant. So let us write once again. I hope now you understood the parts of this flower. So stigma, this is topmost region. Carpel is divided into 3 parts. Okay, 3 parts. What is that? Stigma. First one is stigma. This one, topmost region. It receives pollen grains. Okay, pollen grains. And next is this region. This is the tube-like structure called as style. This connects stigma and ovary. Connects stigma and ovary. This and this. And the last is swollen basal portion is called as ovary. Okay. The third part is ovary. So this is swollen basal, swollen part. And this ovary consists of ovule. Okay. Ovule. Inside the ovule there is ovum or egg. Ovum or egg. So ovum or egg is the female sex cell. Okay. It is female sex cell. So once the pollen grains reach the stigma, they passes through the style and they reach the ovule inside the ovary. So once they reach the ovule, there fusion of male and female gametes takes place and it develops into new plant. That is means it develops seed. From the seed we get new plant. So that is called fertilization. Okay, that is called fertilization. So what is fertilization? Fertilization means fusion of male and female gametes. Fusion of male and female gamete is called fertilization. Okay, fusion of male and female gamete is called fertilization. So once the pollen grains reaches the stigma, they passes through the style and they reach the ovule. There both egg and pollen grains fuse together and they develop into seed. Okay, after fertilization, what happens? The ovary develops as fruit. Okay, ovary changes to fruit, develops into fruit, and ovule. Ovule means inside this, what is there? No egg and pollen grains are fused together. That develops into seed. Okay, that develops into seed means first you will find fruit. Inside fruit there is seed, isn't it? Inside the fruit there is seed. So this seed develops into new plant. Clear? So this is how, this is what the structure of a flower. So these structures are common in almost all the flowers. So this is how the flower is reproductive organ of the plant. I hope you understood. Read the chapter. Once study these figures so you will understand better. Thank you.